Hello and welcome to my channel. It's story time, and more than that, it's Christmas story time because it's Christmas Eve. Just thought I'd like to share with you one of my many stories that I wrote quite some time ago. It's in Jamie and His Friends. It's by me, and yes, it's on Amazon. Bit of a plug. But anyway, the story today is The Night Before Christmas with the Mole Family. Yeah. You can always colour in these books as well, which is, I thought was handy. So, ready? I'll be sitting comfortably now. I'll begin. It was the night before Christmas, and Mr. and Mrs. Mole and their family were sat around the open fire, eagerly awaiting for Mr. Mole to read the Christmas story to them. The Mole family loved story time, and because it was Christmas, they had decorated the tree, put up decorations all around their home, and they knew tonight's story would be special. It's a tree to decorate. Mr. Mole took out his specs. We need specs, don't we? Placed them on his nose and began to read. He told of how the shepherds saw a bright star in the sky and knew they had to follow it, how it would lead them to find the new baby Jesus. They were all now sat quietly listening to the story. The same story was told every year, and yet they never got bored with it. In fact, they got more excited as each year went by, as they got to know what was coming next. Baby Jesus and the star to follow. When Mr. Mole got to the bit where there was no room at the inn, the children said, "But there is room in the stable." And then there would be a discussion on how the stable was made ready for the baby Jesus, of how the straw was laid out and how the animals were put at the back of the stable out of the way, how a manger was made to lay baby Jesus in, and how the innkeeper's wife helped Mary and Joseph. The children knew that Mary and Joseph were the mummy and daddy of baby Jesus. Halfway through the story, Mr. Mole would stop, and Mrs. Mole would bring out hot mince pies and warm milk for everybody. Mr. Mole liked this bit, as he did like his food. As soon as the pies were eaten and the milk was drunk, it was back to the story, and everyone sat around more eager to listen. They heard how the baby Jesus was born and wrapped in a swaddling, which was a cloth to keep him safe and warm. How the shepherds came to see baby Jesus, and they told Mary and Joseph of the bright star they had followed. By the end of the story, everyone was ready for bed. A good night spent with carols on the radio and the special Christmas story from Mr. Mole. Just time for a quick look out of the window to see if they could see the bright star. What they did see was snow falling all around. It looked lovely, a proper Christmas picture. White snow lying softly all over the ground and on the trees, and they could just see footprints in the snow. This is the window they looked out of. "Off to bed then," said Mrs. Mole, "and sleep tight, and in the morning we will see if Santa has been." Santa and the footprints. It says down the bottom, the end, or is it? But clearly it wouldn't be the end. That was just a short version, because we know, you and I know, that the three kings followed the star, as well as the shepherds. And they're not quite in Mr. Mole's story, are they? But let's not worry about that. It was a short. It was to just give you a bit of a Christmassy feel. Sit down around the open fire with mince pies and warm milk, which sounds ideal to me. How do you spend your Christmases? We like to just chill out, as you do. You have the telly on, you have your different eats, you have your turkey. Yeah? So I'm hoping that you'll have a really nice Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'd like to thank all of my subscribers for subscribing, clearly, following me. We've been on here now 2 years and we've done really well. And I do appreciate all your comments and all your good wishes. So I should say, do give us a thumbs up, do subscribe, because there's always something new to come. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And for me, it's bye-bye for now.